Welcome to the Wild Ginger Running live broadcast here on a Wednesday evening at 8:30 every single week. So tonight we're going to do a Q&A, a live Q&A. We haven't done one of these for a little while, so I'm really looking forward to answering loads and loads of questions. I have a whole list just here. So I'm going to try and get through as many as possible. Hi to everybody on the live chat. I can see that there's loads of people already here. That's absolutely fantastic. Hello to everybody, and a special mention to Paul Feely, who has just joined on Patreon. So it was really nice of everybody in the exclusive Patreon group to be so welcoming to him earlier today. Absolutely fantastic. And Guy Greatrex says hi to all, and he mentions Paul as a new patron as well. So yeah, we're a really friendly bunch here at Wild Ginger Running. So yeah, without further ado, I'm going to get into it. I've got loads of questions today. First, I want to just take a quick look at what everybody's been up to in the Patreon group. Got some photos to share. I've got a film to share with you of a couple of people's progress and a couple of people we're going to be following over the next few months and like over the next year. Then I'm going to just let you know what I've been up to recently. What I've been testing recently. I've got some really cool new gear in that I want to tell you about. I'll tell you about the October competition and our Christmas meetup for patrons as well. And then I'm going to get into some questions. Then I'm going to let you know who has been sharing all my posts. I call you my heroes. I'm going to let you know who's been a hero of Wild Ginger Running, sharing all my films on social media for the last few months. And then I'm going to end by letting you know who is going to be in for interview on the show next Wednesday. I have a very exciting guest from all the way from North America. So can't wait for that. Can't wait to tell you who that is as well. So I've got questions from Thomas Murphy, Lou Armour, Markusayt, Ras Does Bushcraft, Andy Seth Sutterfield, Richard Gentry, Soren Brockdorf, Mark Warner, Pamela Harvey, Zsofia Nemeth as well. So yeah, going to try and get through as many as possible. First of all, what have you guys been up to? So here on Wild Ginger Running, we have a ton of really, really lovely people who support me every month on Patreon. So, I did do a little Patreon thing here as well. Where did I put that thing? There we go. Patreon. So that's me on Patreon. And this is what everybody's been up to. Right, so we have Debbie Hall, who has done her first marathon, the Loch Ness Marathon. Absolutely amazing. Fantastic, Debbie. Well done to you. It is a month of firsts because John Gardner has done his first ultra. So congratulations to John doing the Blues Cruise 50k. Absolutely fantastic. Then we've got Kat Roberts. She's doing 12 marathons in 12 months. She's on a mission. This is number 6, so she's well on the way there. She's halfway now. Well done to Kat. Then we've got Martin Savard. He's just done his first run since his hernia operation, so absolutely brilliant. Congratulations to you, Martin. Then we have Renee Feint. She's just finished her first 50k in September. Excellent. And she's signed up for another one, so she must have enjoyed it. Absolutely fantastic, Renee. Then we've got Steve Horton. He's just done the Cardiff half for the 5th time for the Parkinson's UK, as very sadly his wife has just been diagnosed with Parkinson's. Hope you're all right, Steve, and absolutely fantastic work there. Raising all that money for Parkinson's, just massive kudos to you. Absolutely amazing. Then we've got Leon Young, who didn't get into the London Marathon, sadly, but he did get his Wild Ginger Running buff, which reflects his 3 months of loyalty on one of the patron tiers. So check out on Patreon if you fancy one of those. Exclusive only to patrons, those buffs. Then we've got Pascal Mathenet. She's been training for the Spine Race, and she's also been at the trail running weekend at Glenmore Lodge. I went last year. It's very, very good. If you fancy a weekend in Scotland learning all about trail running, absolutely fantastic weekend. Glad you had a great time, Pascal. Then we've got Jonathan Taff-Watts. He did a couple of local runs, and so he's done a 10k, a half marathon, a full marathon, and an ultra for this year. So that's a really cool challenge as well. Really like that idea, Jonathan. Congratulations to you. Then Robin Townsend, she did the Kielder half marathon. And while she was there, Matt Walker, who's also a patron, he did the marathon. So congratulations to both of you. I hear it was a little bit rainy. And then Jamin Longhurst. He unfortunately ran 4 extra miles on his Gower 50 on Saturday, and he also had stomach issues, but he got around it and he absolutely really enjoyed it. So congratulations to you, Jamin, fantastic. George Moss, let's give George some love here, because sadly he can't do any more ultra races with a hip replacement coming up soon. So he's really glad that he got the South Downs Way 100 done in June. So at least he got a good one done to finish off with. But who knows, George, you might be back with a vengeance after that hip operation. You might have a whole new lease of life. So stick with it, buddy. Then we've got Bran van Diemen. A funny story here with this one. The Alpha Trail that he just did, somebody nicked all the course markers. So the event organisers had to run around quickly marking out a 12k course so that they could do a 2-lap 24k. It sounds really annoying for the race organisers, but absolutely brilliant. They managed to keep the race going ahead. And yeah, I hope that doesn't happen to too many race organisers, because that's just really out of order. Okay, so then we've got Kate Shepherd. Oh, this is a really cool one. Kate has been making her own gaiters. So if you have a close look at this picture here, she's actually made them out of an old buff, which is really genius. So we'll have to get in touch with Kate and see how she actually made those, because it looks really cool. Well done to her. I always like a bit of a gear Franken something with gear, so that's cool. Then Guy Greatrex has been weighing all his kit, which is really interesting because he's got some really lightweight stuff here, as you can see, and he's very cleverly managed to balance it all on the scales, which is something I can never do, so kudos to him just for that. And then he's compared all this kit with a pair of hiking boots, and they only weigh a little bit more than a pair of hiking boots, so that is really good to know. And Guy also wanted to let you all know that after 3 weeks of injury, he is now on the road to repair, which is absolutely fantastic, Guy. Brilliant news. He wants to thank everybody, all of you, all of the other patrons and everybody on YouTube for all the tips and kind words. And he's going to be doing Ullswater Lakeland Trail 14k on his birthday weekend, which is the 27th of October. So if anybody else is doing that race, then make sure you look out for Guy. I'm sure he'll be wearing his Wild Ginger Running buff, just say hi and say happy birthday, of course. So happy birthday to you, Guy. And yeah, sounds like a really great race. I've run there before. It's really hilly, like deceptively so. And then finally, we have got a picture of Rob Jordan wearing his Happy Trails Wild Ginger Running t-shirt that I've got here, just here. I've got some news about the t-shirts as well in a minute. But Rob has been doing really well. Got a little film because we're going to be following Rob over the course of the year, because he's managed to lose 4 stone since last year through running. We're going to be following Rob's training as we go throughout the year. And me and my husband decided to go alcohol free until our first, the Significant Running Club Christmas party on the 21st of December. So I told Rob, and he has decided to join us going alcohol free. I sort of challenged him and he took the challenge. So if anybody else wants to join us, I think Sean Lockhart decided to join us as well, but that was after last weekend. So I don't know if he's still on board. So if you would like to join us in our alcohol-free challenge, we're doing it till the 21st of December. I've done it for like 2 weeks so far, and at the start is really hard, but now it's getting easier, so I'm really happy about that, and I'm quite proud of myself actually for giving up alcohol, because it is difficult. So that is what everybody else has been doing. It's absolutely fantastic to see in that Facebook page all the patrons doing all their races. I'm just going to show you a little film from Rob. Let me see if I can play this. This is what Rob is up to next. So here we go.
Hi Wild Ginger Runners, here's an update on a few things I've done over the past month. On October the 1st I asked Claire to give me a training plan for the Manx Mountain Marathon, which I am following, and this plan is called Project Rob. So thank you, Claire, for providing the plan. Hope you enjoy.
Fantastic. Okay, and I'm really sorry, but I forgot to upload this film from Emma just now, who is the other person that we're going to be following throughout the year on Wild Ginger Running, because Emma is going to be doing a race which I could not do myself. I might just have to hold this up for you because it's not going to airdrop it because... Oh, no, here we go. Okay, I'm just going to airdrop this for you. Okay. So this is Emma. She is a relatively new patron compared to Rob. And she is just going to tell us a little bit about herself, and we're going to be following her as well on her running journey throughout the year. I thought it would be good to follow both a man and a woman. So here is Emma. She's filmed it in portrait, so I think I'll probably just block out my head.
Hi Wild Ginger Runners, my name's Emma, I'm one of the patrons for Claire. She listens to sort of video today, so I'm just about to head out for my first run in 7 weeks. Unfortunately, I'm also a mountain biker and I had a very serious bike accident where I cracked my sternum and several ribs, so I've not been able to run. So wish me all the luck because, like I say, first time in 7 weeks today. I say currently in training, I'm about to start training for the Cape Wrath Ultra, which if you've followed Claire at all over the past few years, that you know that she attempted the race 2 years ago. So she's been very supportive in what I'm doing and helping with my training. My trail running experience is very varied. I started with a 25k at Keswick a few years ago and went from there. I completed the Marathon de Sable, the Snowdon Trail Marathon and various other trail races, including Lake May 50 and all sorts of other crazy things. Trail race is definitely my favourite. I'm kind of done with road running now. I've done a lot of road marathons and the mountains are definitely for me. Unfortunately, I live in Lincolnshire, so there's not so many mountains around here, but I try my best. So hope to meet all of you guys soon at one of Claire's meetups. Thanks very much.
Fantastic. So that is Emma, and she is a patron of mine, and we're going to be following her progress throughout 2020. I just had to take my hat off because I've got 2 lights here and it's making me really, really warm. So just had to change the hairstyle and take the hat off. Right, what have I been up to? So last week I was on holiday, so I did not do a live broadcast. Sorry about that, guys. But I was on holiday because we took Steve's mum and sister to see, Steve's my husband for anyone who doesn't know, to Coniston Copper Mines and Eskdale Mill in the Lake District because Steve has done the illustrations for the information boards there. So we went there and booked a cottage and did some hiking around. I didn't really do any running because I've had a bit of a running mojo lack recently, and now I've got a cold, but I'm hoping that I'll be back in the game towards the end of the week and definitely at the weekend. I definitely am beginning to feel a lot more refreshed, so that is good. But yeah, it just happens from time to time, doesn't it? You just get a bit of a running mojo. But while I was there in Coniston, I managed to meet up, sorry, I've just got a cough sweet in my mouth as well. I managed to meet up with the people who are going to be making my new Wild Ginger Running t-shirts. So this is one of the new t-shirts. So they're quite similar to the old t-shirts, but they're just better quality, both in terms of the actual t-shirt itself, the material that they use, and the transfer system that they use is a lot better as well. So if you saw Rob's t-shirt just here, and you see that it's kind of faded through because it's on a dark colour. Well, on this one, they do a backing to it so that you won't see that fade through happening. So I'm really excited about this. And what they do is they make a page of their website for me as a sort of a shop that I can then put on my blog. And so I'm going to try and get a couple more things out there as well. I'm not going to say just in case I can't do it in time for Christmas, but basically what I want to do is get Wild Ginger Running t-shirts, better quality t-shirts made in time for all of you if you want to buy any of them for Christmas presents. So that's what I'm working towards. And then kit testing wise, at the moment I'm testing these really funky new Running Bear limited edition, working with an artist, a whole range of running gear. They've worked with, let me just check the name of the guy. It's the Heaton collection. So they're collaborating with a local artist called Bill Heaton. He makes abstract work like this, which is like quite reminiscent of Jackson Pollock. And I'm wearing their leggings right now. They look like this. Ta-da! And I will be showing them to you in a video as well. And I just want to show you the crop top thing as well. They do this in, sorry guys, you don't get a crop top, but there are t-shirts for the guys. I think I have put a picture up. Running Bear, here we go. Running Bear stuff, so there you go. So there's the man stuff, and there's the women's stuff as well. So I just want to tell you a little bit about this running bra, first of all. I'll be telling you more in due course, but I just wanted to show you this ace part to the back of it, because there's a pocket here that you can put your phone in, like so. And then you think, oh, but like if I was to bend over, that would just slide out and hit me on the head. But no, it does not, because it's got these little spikes made of rubber inside so that it doesn't slip around. So it's got these little spikes in there. Can you see? I did take a photo of this so that you can have a look. There you go. So those are the spikes inside this pocket that stop the phone from slipping and falling out. So really enjoying using this crop top for working out. Yeah, it's not supportive enough to actually run in, but good for stretching and yoga afterwards. But yeah, more on that in due course. Then, oh yeah, just two more things to tell you before I get on with answering these questions. So October competition, just remind you what is on offer for the October competition. We've got a pair of Jaybird headphones. We've got some Skin Protect long distance lubricating cream stuff. We've got a free train little sort of a waistcoat thing that holds your phone in that front pocket thing just there. And we have got a silver head torch, the Cross Trail 5 Ultra, worth £150, that is. So the whole lot is worth just over £400. And so to be with a chance to win, there is a catch. You got to support me on Patreon. So if you would like to win any of these goodies, you've got to support me on Patreon. So check it out and see how you can be entered automatically for every month's competition via Patreon. Okay, so then we have a Christmas meetup. This is just for patrons. So we've got Guy Greatrex is organising this, which is absolutely fantastic. Big up to Guy for organising this. Going to be in Macclesfield, and which is his local stomping ground. Going to run about 15k in the hilly Macclesfield Forest. So if you would like to come and run with me and Guy and Rob Jordan and loads of other people who are coming, then just join us on Patreon and you will be invited straight away. So this is a photo of us lot from the last Patreon run that we did. Don't we look happy? This was in my local area, recceing the race that I'm organising for this June, which is the Nene Valley 20. Definitely check that out if you fancy running 10 or 20 miles in my local area this June. Fantastic. Okay, we got through all the stuff and it's only been 20 minutes. That's good going, I think. So, first question. Here we go. If you've got any questions, then pop them on the live chat as we go along. And after I've answered a few of these, I'll just look into the live chat and see if there's any more questions. Okay, so just in case nobody knows who I am, if you're watching for the first time, I used to edit, or I co-founded and I used to edit Trail Running Magazine, which is the UK's only dedicated trail running magazine. And I edited that for 7 years. So over the course of my career, I've talked to loads and loads of different athletes, coaches, nutritionists, you name it, I've spoke to them. So if I don't know the answer to your question, I'm also a qualified personal trainer. If I don't know the answer to your question, then I can find somebody who does, hopefully. So let's start with none other than Thomas Murphy. Where is he? I need to get this question up here. Oh, I think I've put them in a different place. Where have I put all those questions? I think they're in a folder. Hang on one moment. Oh, do I need to put the questions up? I'll just say their names. I'm sure I put them somewhere. Oh, anyway, doesn't matter. I'll just read them out. Okay, so Thomas Murphy. Oh no, I do need them because I haven't written them down. I've just written the answers down. Okay, right, okay, hang on. Let me just get the desktop up. Talk amongst yourselves, everyone. We'll edit this bit out. Okay, where did I put all those questions? Okay, desktop. Okay, here we go. Right. Okay, those are all the patron things. Where did I put them all? Oh, I know where I've put them. I've put them on a drive that I have now not connected to. Hang on a sec. Right, let's take that out. Take that out. Clang and bang. Right. Okay. It will work. Right. Okay. It's on this drive that's now just waking up. Soz, everybody. Purple Running Whale says he loves the punk look, Claire. Yeah, that's my ponytail. Right, here we go. Here is the questions. Right, la-di-da-di-da, Q&A. It's all in this folder, you see. I'm so organised. I just organised myself into the wrong place. So here we go. Right. First of all, we have a question from Lou Armour. He says, or she perhaps, can you recommend any 300ml soft bottles for my running vest which don't make the water taste horrible? Have tried rinsing mine multiple times but no luck. So yes, if your water bottle does taste a bit funny, you can do stuff with you know that Milton's baby sterilizing tablets. You can get those and you can put them into your bottle. You can also, once you've used bottles a couple of times, then sometimes that horrible taste does go away a little bit. Or if you put some squash in, then sometimes it disguises the taste a little bit, or some electrolyte powder. But I found that the really cheap ones, you know, like the Kalenji ones from Decathlon, they are the ones that taste really, really bad. And the ones that taste a lot better are the Camelback ones. I've got some Camelback ones and they taste okay. The Salomon ones taste okay as well. And also the Montaigne ones and the Hydra Pack ones, they taste okay as well. The trouble is, the downside to those is they're kind of twice the price. So it depends what you want to pay for. If you want to get a budget one, then it more than likely will taste really, really plasticky. But if you go for a little bit higher price, then you can get rid of that plastic taste. It just depends on whether you are bothered or not. So I hope that answers your question, Lou. Okay, the next question is Thomas Murphy. Okay, so Thomas Murphy, he wants to know, he's quite a small person. He's 5'2", and he's 9 stone, so he's quite slim and quite small, and he's just wondering about what backpack to get. So he's talking about Salomon ones. He's talking about the S Lab Ultra 8 or the Advanced Skin 12. If you want to know more about backpack reviews, by the way, I have got a whole playlist of backpack reviews on the channel. Just Google Wild Ginger Running running packs playlist and it will come up with my playlist, or it will come up with several videos about my running packs. So he says S Lab Sense Ultra 8 or the Advanced Skin 12. Now, if you're really, really small, I probably wouldn't go with one of those, actually, because I've had the extra small S Lab Ultra 8 and it was still a little on the large side. And the Advanced Skin 12 only goes down to an S unless you're in the ladies. And I think the ladies' Advanced Skin 8 set does go down to an extra small. But you might not want the whole ladies fit thing being a man. So what I would advise for you is to just have a look at a couple of different options. So I think for you, the Raid Light Responsive 10 litre might be good. Especially as it comes in a woman's range of sizes, so it goes all the way down to extra small women's. The thing is that the PR to Raid Light told me that there is no difference in the design of the pack to make it female or male. it's just the colour range that they use. So the female packs, they've got a choice of, I think, blue and purple on there, or maybe even a pink as well. But actually the structure of the pack is the same as the men's. So I would recommend that you have a look at the Raidlight packs, because they've got a very similar pocket system to the Salomon packs. And they've got some features that are actually really, really good. They're on a par with Salomon for quality and the number of features they've got and the number of pockets as well. So I'd give them a look, because I think you might struggle with the sizing on the Salomon ones. I know you said you can't really find anywhere to try one out, but it would be really good if you could get to a running shop where you could try them out, because that is obviously the best thing that you can do. Or can you order a few online, and then are you allowed to send them back afterwards? That would also be a good way of doing it. So I hope you have some good luck there, Thomas, with that. Okay, the next question is from Markusayt. He wants to know, back to bottles, what is the philosophy of using 2 bottles in front rather than a water bladder in the back, like the camelback and the platypus type ones? So he has come from like a trail hiking, climbing background rather than long distance trail runner. So for anybody who is new to running, let me just get a backpack out of my backpack stash. So and a bottle as well. So it's not really the right bottle, but so if I'll just pop this on so that you can see what I mean. So let's move this out of the way. Okay, so bottle in front here, like this. So this is what Mark is saying. He's like, why would you carry a bottle up front here rather than just have a hydration bladder in here with a tube coming over and then you can just drink? So the reasoning behind that, Mark, is when you've got a bottle up front like this, it's really, really easy to tell what you've got left, rather than in those hydration packs. I know you can get like a little counter thing that you put on the tube on the hose, but you can't always tell how much water you've got left. So that's number one reason. The next reason is that you might want to just quickly pop some electrolyte or some carb powder into this bottle, and it's a lot easier if it's up front. A lot of them have like a lot wider top than this as well, so you can really get things in a lot easier. So that's reason number 2. And then reason number 3 is that when the bottles are here, is really quick just to like whip them out and open them up and either refill at stream, just hold it down for a stream, or get somebody to refill it at an aid station, then pop it back on again. And then you don't have to blow it up, obviously, that's just to simulate water being in it, and then popping it back into the pocket. So those are the 3 reasons why you might favour bottles at the front rather than a hydration pack at the back, hydration bladder at the back. So yeah, that's the only thing really. I really like them up front, but some people, especially like if you're a woman and you've got like a bit of a larger chest, this can sort of increase the weight in that area. So you might want to look for bottles which sit more here just to even out the weight there. Other people might use, you might get these long tubes as well coming up. Other people might not like them if you can't secure them properly. They tend to like whack you in the face. So yeah, it's totally up to you. A hydration bladder is great, but you usually want to run with as little water as you can and fill up at aid stations so that you're not lugging around 2 whole litres in a bladder for your whole of your race. So hope that makes sense to you, Mark, and on to the next question. So we've got one from Ras Does Bushcraft now, I believe. Ras Does Bushcraft. Here we go. So he is in New Zealand and he has a question about compression socks for running. Are they any good during a run or after a run? Never used them before. Yeah, are they helpful? Ooh, well, maybe people on the live chat want to chip in with this as well, because there's loads of live chat going on about the bottles situation. Fab. Excellent. We have there's loads of great stuff on the live chat. So if you're into some bottles which do not taste horrendous, then get yourself on the live chat and just cycle through that and get some really good advice there. That's absolutely fantastic. Thank you, everybody. So we're talking compression socks now. So if you've had any experience with compression socks, then yeah, go ahead on the live chat and we'll chat about that too. compression socks. Basically, there are a few runners at my running club, a few of my friends, who swear by using compression socks during a run. They say that it helps them to feel more springy, it helps them with the blood circulation, and it just makes them feel good. And they feel like they perform better using them. I've worn them before actually during a run, and I felt like they are a little bit like they constrict me a bit too much, and I've become tired in the calf area if I wear them. There's also, you've got to get the fit right. They've got to not be too loose but not be too tight. So the best calf or compression sock companies will actually have you measure your calves rather than just give you a generic size, because it's really important to get the right size for you so that they work properly. But a lot of people do wear them afterwards to speed up their recovery. So how it works is with the compression, it just makes for some reason, according to science, it makes the blood circulate better so that it can take the toxins away and all the byproducts of exercise like lactic acid, etc. Away more quickly. So that would be the reason for wearing them afterwards. They are medically proven in terms of their medical background comes from using them to protect against deep vein thrombosis on long haul aeroplane flights and for people in hospitals. So they are good at promoting circulation. And the other thing that can be really beneficial if you're using them during a workout is that they can reduce muscle oscillation. So when you wear tight-fitting kind of compression clothing, like especially on the legs, they stop everything from kind of wobbling around all the time. So you're not creating as many micro tears, so you're not getting as much, pain there, and you're recovering quicker because you're not causing so much unnecessary damage. So yeah, the jury's out as to what actual benefits that they do provide, but yes, I would get a pair. I would try them, and if they work for you, then absolutely brilliant. They're not too much money, like only about £20, so it's not too much of an investment there. So give them a go. Yep, lots of love on the live chat for compression socks as well. We've got Rob Jones saying definitely for circulation especially on longer distances. Yep, that's true. And then compression socks. So Glenn saying here that he wears compression socks for as many hours after the run as during, aids blood flow and recovery. So there we go. Paul Feely says he uses Compress Sport calf guards. So Compress Sport they're a really good brand, and they're one of the ones that make you take actual measurements of your calf so that you get the exact measurements. Guy Greatrex, however, on the other hand, says he used to get pins and needles in his feet when he ran, and he worked out that it was his calf sleeves restricting the blood flow. So yeah, it's really important to get the right size there, because if you are too tight, then it's doing the reverse of what it's supposed to do. So then Purple Running Whales. This is interesting because it's like the difference between compression socks and calf guards. So the guard is like the long sock bit, but without the sock. And if I were to give you any advice, it would be to go for the calf guards rather than a calf sock, because they're often but you often get the more accurate measurement, because it means that you don't have to also have the right foot measurement to the calf measurement, if you know what I mean. You can put on whatever sock you want, which fits with whatever shoe you want, and you've got your calf guard as a separate thing. So it's just easier. So there we go. Fantastic. Hi to Helen B. Helen Blakemore has just joined, so hello to Helen, haven't seen you for a while. Lovely to have you joining us, Helen, that's fantastic. Okay, next question. Oh, this is a good one. I had a lot of answers on Twitter about this one, which was very interesting. So we have a guy called Andy Sutterfield, and he says, do I have any suggestions for he's a size 17 US shoe. He hasn't been able to find any trail running shoes in his size. And so he's currently just using his road running shoes for trail running. But he wants to know if there's any bigger options available. So I put this out on Twitter, okay, and loads of people just replied going, wow, that's really massive feet. And I was like, helpful. I'm sure he knows he's already got massive feet. So, but then one person did reply with a really helpful thing, and that was Cy Brown. And he said there are various companies that will resole your trail running shoes. So if you Google resoling shoes for near wherever you are, wherever you live, I'm presuming America, so you can Google those, and they will resole a road running shoe. So your favourite road running shoe, they'll resole it with whatever sole they have. So they might have a grippier sole. So you might want to just get a new pair of road running trainers, ones which maybe haven't got a ton of cushioning, so you can't feel any of the tread underneath. But you could get them resoled with a slightly grippier sole. So hopefully they're just cutting those soles to size, unless they're pre-ordering set sizes. So hopefully there'll be more options there for you in terms of whether you can get a bigger size or not. So, but I just thought that was a really helpful comment from Cy Brown there. So thanks for that, Cy. Because I cannot think of a single manufacturer that make a size 7 trail running shoe. If anybody if anybody has got really specifically big feet, then and knows a trail running company that will do a size 17 shoe, then please let us all know about it here at Wild Ginger Running. And thank you for your question, Andy. Okay, next question is, okay, oh, this is a good question. This is Richard Gentry. He says he is not a frequent trail runner. Or what can he expect if he joins the trail running event in 2020? So, because he wants to do more trail running. So with that, I presume he means the race that I'm organising, which is called the Nene Valley Races. So there's 2 races. There's a 10-mile race and there is a 20-mile race. So if you want more of an idea of what will go on in the race, then definitely watch my film about the 10-mile course, because the 10-mile course, the terrain is not very much different to the 20-mile course. So the trail is, it's gently undulating, it's easy underfoot, it may be a bit muddy, it may be a little bit stony, but it's no technical rocks, no technical climbs. It's not the Lake District around here. It's just, if you think of quintessentially British rolling hills with sheep and cows, that is the trails that we'll be running through. There'll be fields, there'll be villages, so there'll be a little bit of road running, but it's mainly, I would say, like 80% trails. So I would, even if it's not too slippery and muddy, you could do it in road running shoes. You don't even have to have any specific trail running shoes if you're new to it. It starts at a big field, and we are hoping to get a lot of people camping there. So there's free camping if you want on the Friday and the Saturday night. We're all going to be over there having a fun time. There's also a pub in the village, so I'm sure that will get frequented as well. I will stop my non-drinking vow by then. And yeah, it's going to be awesome. So yeah, join. It's Nene Valley Races. Let me just get I made a little thing for this earlier. Here we go. So this is the race, nenevalleyraces.wordpress.com if you're interested in signing up for our 10-mile or 20-mile race around the Nene Valley area, which is near where I live. It's about half an hour away from where I live. It's a place called Fotheringhay, and there is a castle there. Well, it's not really a castle, it's a mound where there used to be a castle, and Richard the something went there once, and Mary Queen of Scots was beheaded there. So gory history, definitely good for his historical race. Fantastic. Oh, we've got a bit of shoe comments here. So Kurt Steege says Ultra has a lone peak up to size 16, and with the wider forefoot that might work. So Andy, if you're watching, size 16 in the Ultras, in the Ultra shoes there. Fantastic. And just something to add from Tim Craft, you can expect loads of like-minded friendly people. Yes, I forgot to say, at the Nene Valley Races, there'll definitely be loads of really nice friendly people. And so if you're thinking about doing that race and you're not sure, then just take a look at the film. Just Google Wild Ginger Running Nene Valley Race, and it will come up with the film. So there you go. I'll put a link to it in the description below as well, so you don't have to go hunting. Okay, so we're just over, we've got 20 minutes left of the live chat. So what more questions have we got here? Okay. So we've got Soren Brockdorf. He wants to know a little bit more about tracking on very long races, because his watch only lasts for 18 hours. So what do people do on 100-mile plus races? So this is a really interesting question, because I haven't I've put a half marathon sort of limit on myself for this year because I got injured, and so I haven't done any ultra running this year. My next ultra is going to be the Manx Mountain Marathon, along with Rob Jordan. Woohoo! That is going to be on the 11th of April on the Isle of Man, so come along if you fancy it. Joss Naylor's going to be there. Amazing. So I have actually not had tons of experience with really long battery life of GPS watches this year. So I have looked online to help you. There's a really good article on the Trail and Kale website. So if you Google Trail and Kale best ultra running GPS watch, then it will come up with this article, and I'll put a link to it in the description below as well. So basically, they have given a few really good examples, so I'm just going to read them out to you now. There's a watch called the Coros. I haven't tried these watches yet, but more and more people are starting to talk about these. Ginger Runner's reviewed them on his website, on his channel. Sage Canada's reviewed them as well. Coros have a really, really long battery life. About 25 hours on full, like, all singing or dancing mode. Ginger Runner really, really enjoyed that long battery life when he tested out the Coros watches. So you could have a look into those, Soren. If you want more of a navigation bent, then the Garmin's range will be for you. So they've said the Forerunner 945 or the Fenix 5 Plus, that will be the large version. So the Forerunner 945 has 10 hours on all singing or dancing GPS mode, and then 60 hours on this intermittent tracking thing, which they do, which is like, it just tracks you every so often rather than all the time. So that's a good in-betweener if you don't need kind of like everything working. Then the Garmin Fenix 5 Plus, the larger version, that actually lasts for 32 hours in everything mode, which sounds absolutely amazing, and then 70 hours in that intermittent mode. So that could definitely be worth a look for anybody doing longer races. Then we've also obviously got Sunto. So their Barrow 9, a really well-established watch, that goes for 25 hours on full mode, and then it's got other partial modes which give 40 hours and 120 hours of battery life. And then the Sunto 5, which has just come out, and I have reviewed it, but I didn't find that it had that good battery life on everything mode, but mine then started to go wrong, so I don't think that I got a very good product. They've sent me another one, but I'm just struggling to test it because I really like Garmin's. There's the GPS on the Sunto 5 lasts, they're saying, from 20 to 40 hours on that, and then if you just have it on the lowest setting possible, it will go for 7 days on just that tracking mode, which is fairly impressive actually. It's either looking at one of the Coros watches, maybe the Garmin Fenix 5 Plus large version, or the new Sunto 5, if you want a really, really long-lasting watch. The other thing you can do, if you don't want to fork out for a new GPS watch to last you all that time, is you can see whether your watch will let you charge it on the go. So I've got the really, really old now Garmin 225, and the charger just sits behind the watch strap like that, and it will actually work if you plug this in to a portable charger. So I've got one of these. It's a Goal Zero Flip 10. I use them all the time. They're like about the size of a lipstick in a case, and you just pop the USB into here and off we go, charging. So that will actually work whilst you're charging it, but you would have to test that pre-race, obviously. And also I've had Sunto watches before which have a charger which just pokes right into the back, so then it sticks out, so then you couldn't wear it on your wrist, and that it wouldn't work very well. The problem is the heart rate wouldn't work with that because you wouldn't be able to see the sensor there, but it would only take, I don't know, half an hour to charge back up again. I haven't actually tried it. But yeah, so the heart rate thing wouldn't be effective, but at least you'd have a charged watch for your navigation options. Okay, so that is covering navigation options. And yeah, I would like to get more GPS tests on my channel. So yeah, I'm gonna look into that in the future as well. So stay tuned for the stay tuned for more GPS reviews on the channel. And there's some info in the live chat as well. Lots of people got different advice here. Maybe we should have a get together and we'll talk about our GPS watches and do a bit of a test together. Anyway, ideas for a future time. Okay, Mark Warner's question is next. What's he talking about? Mark Warner. Great, okay, Mark Warner, here we go. Right, he's looking at packs as well. Okay, right, I see. So, he has been trying the Alp Kit Arteloo pack for running and the new Om pack, so I'm guessing maybe the Phantom pack for running. And he's also contemplated the Om Trailfire vest with the compressor pod on the back as well. So, he wants it for the Lakeland Trails 55k, and he did it with a mountain bike camelback recently. So I would personally, I wouldn't go for the Alp Kit Arteloo. I know their new version is a lot better, but they haven't sent that to me yet for testing. The first version, the navy blue one, the first version, that is not a good running pack whatsoever. I have told them that as well. I gave them all the feedback. The second one that they've brought out, it does look a lot better, but there's better things that I've tested, judging on what features it's got and by the look of it. The Om packs, the new Om packs with the bungee cords just at the back here, their Phantom pack, I don't think that there's enough storage on those new Om packs up front. If you want to buy the various bits of storage to stick onto it, then there is. But I just think if you're going to buy a running pack, buy one that's got pockets already on it. So my recommendations to you, Mark, for ultra running packs for that 55k, I would recommend the Innovate Race Ultra Pro. That is it's a 2-in-1 design, so you can use the pack and it's just a kind of 5 to 10 litre pack, or you can clip on the external sort of a pod thing, and that increases the storage by about 10 litres, so you've got up to 15 litres there, so you've got like 5 litres or 15 litres. That's a really good option, especially if you don't want to buy 2 packs. Like personally, I would buy like a 12-ish litre pack and a 5 litre pack, and just use each one as you go. But if you don't have that kind of moolah, then the Innovate 2-in-1 is absolutely great, because you've got like 5 litres and then you can clip on the 10 litre extension pack. Then I would really recommend the Radite Responsive 10 litre. That is a really good pack. It's got pockets everywhere you need it, and it's very stretchy. All the pockets are really stretchy. You probably would want to buy a couple of extra bottles with that, because it comes with 600ml bottles, which are really hard to get in and out, so I'd put 500ml bottles in that. But that's the only downside really to that pack. Apart from they've got like a turny dial here to compress it, and I'd rather have a pocket there than a turny dial. But either way, I've used the Radite Responsive on the Cape Wrath Ultra, and it was a really, really good pack. It was really comfy, and we were out like all day. Recently, I have been using the Camelback Ultra Pro 7 litre if you wanted a slightly smaller pack. If you've got really, really lightweight gear, you can fit everything you need for a race in that. Like I put the Om Halo pants and Om Halo jacket in there for my run around the Isle of Man, and it fitted that, and even like sandwiches and everything. Like you stretch all the pockets around here. So the Camelback Ultra Pro 7 litre is really good, and for the ladies that's also really good because it does come in a ladies fit as well, so always a bonus there. Then probably what you really, really want is a Salomon Advanced Skin 12. That is a really, really good pack, especially the new updated version. I was using the Salomon Advanced Skin 8 set one, which is the women's version. So I'm presuming the men's is very similar, and it's just really well made, and pockets all in the right place, and yes, just all of those 4 packs would immediately be better than the Alp Kit Arteloo and the new Om packs, in my opinion. If you are on a budget though, which I'm considering you might be because of the going for Alp Kit, then maybe pop into Decathlon and have a look at the Kalenji 10 or 15 litre running packs. They're not like the absolute best because they've got a zip that goes down the back, so you can't really unzip the top and kind of put your hand in the top, which is something I like to do with a running pack for extra accessibility. But for about 30 quid, what can go wrong? Then another really, really good budget pack, which I've been pointing many people to for about a year now, is the NEG 10 litre running pack. It's called various different things online and they're constantly updating it, but basically it looks like a massive rip-off of the Salomon packs at a fraction of the price. So it's about 40 to 50 quid. So NEG 10 litre running pack, just have a look online and compare its features to the Salomon packs, and you'll see where I'm coming from there. But basically what you need in a running pack for an ultra is pockets up front. So you want a lot of pockets on the shoulders. Oh, I can just use this pack that I was using earlier. So you want pockets everywhere up front. So this pack has got a pocket behind the bottle, bottle pocket. It's got a pocket here. It's got pocket at the side here as well. It's got a pocket that you can get your hand into at the back here as well. And at the back, you've got an opening like that. So when I was talking about the Decathlon Kalenji one, it's got a zip down here. That's where you access your stuff. You can't do that while you're on the move. So that's why you just want a slidey pocket there. You can just get your hand in like that. So I can access like literally every pocket in this pack on the move. And this is, I haven't mentioned this one because it's a bit small. It's the Adidas Terex Agravic pack. So if you had not very much gear at all, then this would be the pack for you. But for an ultra where they might make you carry like a load of like mandatory kit, this is only about 5 litres, so it's on the smaller side. So that's why I haven't mentioned that already, but the features are what you need. Okay, hope that has explained everything. Great. Good. That's Mark's question done. Then we have, a very interesting question here on budget waterproofs. So, Pamela Harvey says she's struggling to get waterproof jacket and bottoms without it costing a fortune. So basically, a lot of races want you to have a full body cover, waterproof cover, and I'm just going to get a shot for you to explain about taped seams versus non-taped seams. So what they'll say is they want full body waterproof cover to keep you safe, and then want to make sure it's waterproof. So they will say it has to be taped seams. So just make that smaller. So I've got a picture here of what taped seams are for anybody who doesn't know. So can you see on the left-hand side of the screen, the OM jacket, that is got taped seams on it. So you can see the reflection of those seams which have been taped over. Whereas on the right-hand side, you've got the Innovate wind shell here, and that is just a windproof jacket. So it hasn't got its seams taped over. So those seams there, there's loads of tiny, tiny holes where the thread has been sewn through. And so that is what makes it not actually fully waterproof. However waterproof that fabric is, if you've got sewing holes through it, it's not going to be waterproof at the seams. So that is why the seams get taped, and that is why it's only a waterproof jacket or pair of trousers if it's got taped seams. So that's what they mean when they say taped seams, first of all. So the best budget option is probably going to be going to Decathlon and buying a pair of their, they probably do like waterproof trousers for £10 or £20. They probably come in one of those little roll-up bags, and when I went to Decathlon in Cambridge, they didn't have any lightweight trail running jackets, but they might now have some lightweight trail running jackets. You just have to make sure that it was definitely waterproof with taped seams, because sometimes they call it waterproof when it's not. So look inside a jacket and make sure that there are taped seams, not just seams. So I just reckon waterproof jacket is not an area to scrimp on. Waterproof trousers maybe, but waterproof jacket, not worth it. So I know you're on a budget, but I'm just going to tell you what I think are the best budget kind of trousers from the reputable brands that I would trust in a race situation. I just wouldn't feel comfortable telling you about any other ones because I just think it's got to be right, and like years of R&D goes into these things, and that is why they are the prices that they are. So you could go for the OM Halo pants and jackets. They are really thin. Like the OM one is the white one just up there. You'd wear that just in emergencies because they are really, really lightweight. So I really like my jacket. Obviously the breathability is not great. You do have to sort of vent using all of the zips and just not wear it when you don't need to wear it, because it is basically like, just boil in the bag otherwise. There's also, so that's really, really lightweight, really packable. You can find both of those. I think the retail price on both of those is about £100, but you can actually find them. I just did a Google search for shopping online, and I found a lot of these jackets and trousers for £60 to £80 each. And once you've bought them, you've bought them. If it's good quality, then it will last you for a long time. And if it doesn't, you just take it back to the shop and you say, I need another one of these because it hasn't lasted me. And because it's a quality brand, their customer service should cover that. So, Sally Gilson has a good tip for Pamela. Sports Pursuit have a lot of last season stuff, so that's a really good tip. Thank you very much for that, Sally. So some of these that I'm about to read out might be there too, because last season stuff might be. You can also get some quite cheap stuff from like the normal running brands like Nike and Asics and Brooks and people like that, and Ron Hill. So do check those ones out as well. It doesn't have to be like proper running brands, but just make sure they've got those taped seams. That's what you're really looking for. And you're probably looking for a weight of, well, the most lightweight waterproof jackets that I've ever had for training are kind of like at the 100-gram mark. So there's also the Montane Minimus Stretch Ultra and Minimus pants. There's the Ultimate Direction Ultra jacket and trousers, and then there's the Innovate Storm Shell and AT/C Ultra pants as well. So that is what I suggest. Those are the options. They're my faves anyway over the years. I haven't suggested Salomon. They do really good stuff, but it's always a little bit more pricey. Salomon also do a similar jacket and trousers combo. So basically there's loads of suggestions coming on the live chat, just saying recommended retailers for buying discounted stuff. So if you can find any of those brands at places like Sports Pursuit, and Robin Townsend also says Rock and Run, they get really good discounted stuff in as well. And then Purple Running Wales is also saying he's got a Salomon jacket, but it's not fully waterproof and he ends up soaking with sweat. That is the thing. There's always this myth that everyone says waterproof jacket. It is waterproof, but the reason that you're going to get wet is there's a huge hole here. Like rain can come in. There's a hole here, there's a hole here, there's a hole here at the waist as well. So rain eventually will come in if it's bad enough rain. And also you'll sweat from the inside. So unless it's a really cold day, you're going to get wet inside anyway just from sweating, because although waterproof jackets are more breathable than, say, a carrier bag, they're not breathable enough. And so the main thing to do with a waterproof jacket is only put it on when it's absolutely necessary. So when I was running around the Isle of Man, for example, one day it just drizzled all day, but it was warm because it was summer, so we didn't put our waterproof jackets on for the whole day. We were wet, but we were warm, and it's only if you stop that you need to start considering stuff like that. So it's just being aware of when you need to put them on as well as what you need, because you can get really, really wet inside a waterproof from your own sweat if you're not careful. Cool. Have we just got time for one more question? Oh, maybe we don't. No, I don't think we have time for another question. There was a question from Zsofia Nemeth about blisters, but just look at her question, because I think I should just do a whole film about this. What do you reckon? So her question is, it's quite involved. What can you do to prevent blisters? What kind of technique is the best? What tape is best? Yada, yada, yada. I'm not like the best person to ask about blisters, because the two of the multi-day race that I've done, I've quit because of really bad blisters. So I don't know if I'm the best person to ask, actually. So I'm going to put it on my to-do list for 2020 to find a blister expert, and also at any races that I'm at where there's people doing blister care, I might film some of it. I know it's going to be really gory, but I might film some of it so that I can make like a proper blister film to really educate everybody. I know there's whole books written on the subject, so I think a film on the subject would be really good. But basically, first bit of advice on a blister is the moment you feel it happening, stop. Even if you're winning the race, well, unless it's a 5k race, if it's a long multi-day race, day one, if you feel like a blister is coming, take the shoe off, take it off, just stop. Don't worry about what anyone else is doing and take it off. Yes, if it's in the way, then I would pop it, but only if you've got something sterile to pop it with, and make sure you keep it sterile as well, and then tape it up. Like if it's between your toes, you might just need some slim tape, because if you put a really fat kind of dressing type compede plaster on, then it can make your toes wider, and the shoe can squish them together more, and that can make even more blisters. But yeah, compede is great for like those heel ones. Compede's those thick kind of squishy ones, but just be aware that sometimes they don't stick, and sometimes they can stick to your sock, rendering it really crusty and unusable again. So just be aware of that. But compede type blisters work really well. K-tape works really well as well. I used a lot of that on the Ras Ultra. Just stick K-tape onto the thing, tie it round. If you're tying little bits of K-tape around your toes, don't tie them too tight because you'll cut off the circulation in the little toe. Yeah, it's a fine art, and the best way to deal with blisters is to not get them in the first place, I would say. So shoe choice and sock choice is really, really important, just to make sure that you don't just reduce your chances of getting blisters in the first place. Okay. Oh, great. On the live chat, Matt Palmer says, search Rebecca Rushton for lots of information on blister care and prevention. Fantastic. Okay, I'm going to write that down because maybe she will come on the live show. So that's Rebecca Rushton. Okay, thank you very much to Matt Palmer. Okay, fantastic. Well, I have been talking away for an hour here now at you. So without further ado, I am just going to end with a few heroes who have been sharing my stuff on social media. Really, really nice of you to all share my films on social media and share all my comments and things like that on social media. Spreading the word about Wild Ginger Running is fantastic. We've got over 13,000 subscribers now, which is absolutely brilliant, and we're building a really, really amazing community on Patreon. I think there's 110 people on Patreon now, so it's just really fantastic, and I'm really enjoying. I love meeting everybody as well at all the races and all the meetups that we have. Absolutely fantastic. So going to end with some heroes, then I'm going to tell you who will be on the live chat next week. So here we go. We've got, my mouse is now not working. Okay. Well, Ellis Brigham, obviously, they've been retweeting the fact that I'm going to do a talk for them in January. It's the 15th of January. So do come along to that if you fancy a meeting me. It's in London, and it's at the Ellis Brigham store in London. And it will be all about trail running and how to start. But you can ask me lots of questions as well. So it's not just for beginners. Okay. Then we've got... Cool. Laura Kennington has retweeted my tweet. Thank you very much to Laura. And that's that one again. Oh, silly me. Then we've got Badger Trail Events and Neil Barton. Thank you very much for them. They retweeted my mental strength for trail and ultra runners top tips from Rory Bosio. That was awesome. I loved Rory so much. She was really ace. And then loads of people often they want recommendations for stuff, and it's really, really nice when other people recommend going on my YouTube channel to find out more information about stuff. So somebody's asking here about hydration packs, and then Sally Ann's has put a bit of a tip from her, and then she said go and check out Wild Ginger Runs. So if you've got like the link to my playlist or a link to a film, then just like fire away and just tell those people that they can get the advice there, because this is what the channel is all about. Okay, that's Sally, and then we've got Ed Chapman and Sue Barrett as well, both promoting the Ellis Brigham talk on the 15th of January, so that is fab of them. Thank you very much. And then we've got Run Simon Run. Simon is really cool. He often retweets my stuff, so they've been sharing my Ellis Brigham stuff as well, so thank you very much if you retweet any of my stuff on social media. That is so cool of you. Thank you. And so the last thing that I want to share with you tonight before we all leave is who we have in. So a couple of weeks ago, Guy Greater X, the top patron, Total Star guy, he put a podcast up on the Wild Ginger Running Facebook group, and he said, you've got to interview this guy, he is really, really cool. So I emailed him today, and today he got back to me saying, yeah, I'll come on the channel next Wednesday. So we have next Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. UK time, none other than Matt Daniels from the USA. He's a sub 4 minute mile runner. He's come across to trail running in the last few years. No, not in the last few years. Well, kind of in the last few years. But he had only run 37 miles as of this February. Then he totally smashed it up at Western States and came 4th. So life is just not fair, is it? So anyway, Matt is a coach out in the USA, and he coaches anybody from multi-day trail runners to marathon runners on roads. So he is going to have a load of advice for us on next Wednesday's show. So thank you very much for Guy Greatrex for recommending him. And I'm really looking forward to chatting to him on next Wednesday's show. I think the Wednesday after that, I think we have Ez Tressida on. He broke the Ramsey round record just recently, and he has held the Coolin record as well before Finley Wild broke it more recently. So we've got Ez Tressida on. I am trying to get Emily Forsberg on, because I know so many of you, especially those of you with young children or babies, are really, really keen to know about her next stage in her life journey. So she actually Instagrammed me today. So hopefully I can get a little bit of a chat with her on the live chat, like fingers crossed. I keep telling everyone, Courtney DeWalter came on the show, so you should really come on the show now. It's a good leverage. So yeah, fingers crossed that happens. But at the moment we've got Matt Daniels next week, and then I think it's Ez Tressida the week after that. And I'm trying to get Shelley Gordon on to come and tell us all about the spine race as well. That is for Pascal Mathenet, because she is going to be doing the spine race next January. She got a free place, and now she is absolutely panicked, but she'll be fine. So I'm trying to get Shelley Gordon on to do that. And also an interview with Jasmine Paris, I think, is a long overdue, because I haven't had her on for a while. So yeah, all these really cool people up and coming. Really excited to chat to them on Wild Ginger Running as well. So fantastic. Kurt Steege says, Matt Daniels is amazing. You're pulling in all the stars. Yes. Guy Greatrex says, more importantly, he has a great tash. Excellent. And Kurt Steege says, Emily is amazing as well. Fantastic. Well, I have been talking for far too long now, so without any further ado, I am going to say good night to you all. Thank you so much for all your questions. If you are a patron and you have any burning questions for me about trail or ultra running, then do hit me up on Patreon, talk to me on the Facebook group, send me a message in Patreon itself. And if you would like to become a patron and benefit from the monthly competition and be a part of this really cool gang that we are creating, and get your questions answered preferentially in these Q&As and also on the live athlete chats as well, then just have a look at patreon.com/wildgingerrunning. There's lots and lots of options there of different opportunities, from anything from $1 to millions of dollars. If anybody has that kind of money. So thank you very much for all my patrons for supporting me on that. I really, really do appreciate it, and I really, really love our Facebook group. It's absolutely fantastic. Keep telling me all about your runs in there. Keep telling me about the gear that you've bought. Keep telling me about the progress that you've made or any mishaps that you've had, and we're all just there. We'll all rally around and support everybody. It's just a really nice place to be. So thank you guys for making it what it is. So just a few nights before we go. Guy Greatrex says, thanks for a great Q&A. Carl Southgate, hi Carl, hope you're still having fun out in Chamonix. Carl says thanks, good night. And Kirsty says thanks so much, Claire, and everyone, hope you have a great week. Well, I hope you have a great week, everybody. So I will see you on the trails.